Ever wondered what it would be like to have angels knock on your door with an urgent warning? Imagine living in a city so out of control that divine intervention is the only way out. That's exactly what happened to a man named Lot in the ancient city of Sodom. This story isn't just about fire and brimstone. It's a gripping tale of rescue, obedience, and the devastating cost of a single backward glance. One evening, as twilight settled over Sodom, two strangers arrived at the city gates. These weren't ordinary travelers. They were angels sent by God on a mission. The city they entered was beautiful on the outside, a jewel of the plain, but its heart was corrupt. It was a place where kindness was met with suspicion and hospitality was a dangerous risk. Lot, however, saw the strangers and knew he had to offer them shelter. He insisted they stay at his home, not in the open square where danger lurked in the shadows. He understood the city's dark side better than anyone. But safety was an illusion. Before long, a hostile crowd surrounded Lot's house. Men from every part of the city, young and old, demanded he bring out his guests. The atmosphere turned ugly, charged with menace. Lot went out to plead with them, to reason with them, but his words were like whispers in a hurricane. The mob grew angrier, their intentions clear. They were about to break down the door when suddenly the two guests acted. They reached out, pulled Lot back inside, and shut the door. In a flash of divine power, they struck the men outside with blindness. The attackers, now confused and sightless, stumbled around, unable to find the entrance. Inside the house, the true nature of the visitors was revealed. They turned to Lot with a grave message. "Do you have anyone else here, sons-in-law, sons-daughters, anyone you care about in this city? Get them out, because we are going to destroy this place." The outcry against its people has become so great before the Lord that He has sent us to destroy it. The warning was chilling and absolute. This wasn't a negotiation. It was a final notice. Lot rushed out into the night to warn his sons-in-law, who were engaged to his daughters. He urged them, "Hurry and get out of this place, because the Lord is about to destroy the city." But they just laughed. They thought he was joking. Imagine the despair Lot must have felt, his urgent plea dismissed as a silly prank. As dawn approached, the angels grew more insistent. Time was running out. They urged Lot, "Hurry, take your wife and your two daughters who are here, or you will be swept away when the city is punished." But Lot hesitated. Perhaps he was stunned, unable to process the sheer scale of the disaster. Or maybe he was mourning the life he was about to lose, the home he had built. He lingered, frozen by indecision. Seeing this, the angels took matters into their own hands. They grasped the hands of Lot, his wife, and his two daughters and led them forcefully out of the city. The scripture says it was because the Lord was merciful to them. They were literally pulled to safety. Once they were clear of the city, one of the angels commanded, "Flee for your lives. Don't look back, and don't stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains, or you will be swept away." The instruction was crystal clear: escape and do not look back. Looking back meant clinging to the past, to the life that was being judged and erased. It was a test of complete trust and obedience. Lot, still terrified, pleaded to go to a small nearby town instead of the mountains, and his request was granted. But the core command remained: keep moving forward. Then, as the sun rose, the judgment began. The Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah. Fire fell from the sky, consuming everything in its path: the cities, the plain, all the inhabitants, and everything that grew on the ground were utterly destroyed. It was a cataclysmic event that wiped the slate clean. From a distance, Abraham, Lot's uncle, looked toward the cities and saw dense smoke rising from the land, like smoke from a furnace. Lot and his daughters were running, putting as much distance as they could between themselves and the destruction. But as they fled, Lot's wife did the one thing she was forbidden to do. She looked back. We don't know why. Was it curiosity? Was it regret for the home and friends she was leaving behind? Was it a longing for the life that was now turning to ash? Whatever the reason, her disobedience had an immediate and terrible consequence. In that instant, she became a pillar of salt, a permanent monument to the danger of looking back when God is calling you forward. Lot lost his wife, his home, and his entire way of life in a single morning. He had been rescued, but the rescue came at a great cost. This story from Genesis serves as a powerful reminder. It teaches us about the consequences of sin, the importance of obedience, and God's incredible mercy in the face of judgment. It challenges us to consider what we might be clinging to in our own lives that God is asking us to leave behind. Sometimes the most important act of faith is to simply keep moving forward without looking back. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content that explores these timeless truths. See you in the next video.